Hey, it's B-Rad, Celebrity Hairstylist here, your host of the Hairstylist Empowerment Podcast, a platform that allows the voices of the beauty industry to empower with the spoken word. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Today's episode is a special edition highlighting the main stage presenters, educators, and vendors of the 2024 Beauty Trade Show of the Great Smoky Mountains, sponsored by Hairlife. Today's guest is no stranger to the beauty industry. Let's take a quick deep dive in today's show. Let's welcome today's amazing guest, Krystine Sherwood. So welcome, Krystine, to the Hairstylist Empowerment Podcast. So great to see you.
Hi, thank you so much. I love coming on here.
I know, because I've been on your show, you've been on my show. We've got, and, we have more projects coming up, things like that.
So
It's
exciting.
always exciting, and to have the energy. So for those that haven't heard about you, which is so hard to believe, but
I know.
can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Absolutely. So, my name is Krystine Sherwood. I am a salon and spa owner. I am an internationally certified life and business coach for beauty and barber pros. And I have actually grown up in this industry. My mom, I owe everything to her. Without her, I would not be here. I am actually in salon partnership with her. And so I have decided to really help beauty and barber pros overcome that overwhelm, that freak out that happens on a daily basis because it's such a giving industry. And I help them overcome and reach their version of success, whatever that looks like, whether it's making six figures and being a platform artist, or it's just having a comfortable life and being a travel hippie and hanging out with your puppies. Like, that is where I am. I meet you where you're at so you can live the life of your dreams.
That's amazing. So when you first heard of the 2024 Beauty Trade Show, the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, what did you think?
I was like, wow, in all honesty, I was like, that would be so cool if I could teach there and I could also go to Dollywood. Like, wow, that's great. And then I got a message from Hair Life and we corresponded and I was like, oh, I guess I'm going. Like, I guess I'm going to be speaking there. Great. Let me pack my bags. Let me go see Dolly Parton. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and that's your sign. I guess for a
Yeah.
lot of us, the thing, you're thinking about it and then boom,
Yes.
you get a connection and you're like, this must be. And when I kind of, because this will be my first time in Tennessee,
Mhm.
my family have been and things like that, but the scenery alone, and like you said, there's Dollywood. I think across from where you're teaching, there's like the biggest water park in the world.
Oh, really?
They have so much stuff there. I think some friends and I are going to go and check out, get some green fried tomatoes.
Ooh,
If you've heard of the movie, but hopefully there
yes.
won't be. So I'm
Yes,
like,
I
that's something I've always wanted, but I've been to Sedona. I've had like cactus there,
Oh,
things like that. So anything that's kind of a little bit different, it's kind of nice to make the most. As I say, it's great to be at the show, but I think to absorb really what Tennessee has to offer is kind
mhm.
of amazing. But the main point is kind of the importance of education. And you literally just got off the stage. Like
Yes.
literally just got off the stage. So how important is education for our industry?
Oh my goodness, it is everything, especially when it comes to your life, right? So we have all this education for behind the chair, running your business, making six figures. But if you don't have self awareness for who you are as a human being first, and then a beauty or barber pro, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. And so I was really emphasizing that at when I was teaching at Orlando Premier, because you have to know who you are. Know yourself and everything comes. And so the more self-awareness you have on your skills, on your talents, on your weaknesses, on your failures, the better you're going to be able to not only learn and serve your clientele, but you're going to be able to teach and lead your family, your team, yourself. Even like it's so all inclusive. It's such a holistic approach what I teach. and what I like to share, because a big thing that I always say is what you are learning, you are meant to teach others.
Mhm.
So I really feel like what I am teaching is something that I myself have had to learn and master, and I'm still mastering. So I'm right there with you, but I'm a little bit on the other side now, and it's like, here are the tools. This is what
Mhm.
works.
And that's exactly it. It's being and learning to be authentic in every area of your life. So I know that you're offering different segments of education.
Yeah.
So what will you be sharing at the show as an educator, and what will the attendees learn? So I think you have more than one class, don't you?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. So the first day, June 30th, at 3:45 p.m., Classroom B, I am going to be teaching about money and mindset. And
Mm.
so what that is, it's having and developing a healthier, better relationship with money. Okay. And you're going to be learning how to overcome those limiting beliefs. We're going to go over some background and boundaries with that. I'm going to be giving practical tips and tricks on how to manage your money, and even like how to kind of like teach your team and set you up for success with that. Because again, it's not, doesn't just apply to in the salon and spa. It also applies to your personal finances, your
Mm.
personal life. There's a little more. And then on July 1st, the next day at 2 p.m., Classroom C, I'm going to be teaching about time management for beauty and barber pros, which we all know time is money and money is time. But I'm going to give you some practical tips on how to put that into practice right away and not just leave it on the back burner. It's going to help you do all the things that you want to do in your life and then translate it into the salon, spa, and barbershop.
Mhm, and it sounds like any attendees should go to both of your classes, because I think both time management and money kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
say time is money and money is time, and
Right.
that's generally what it is, because I think you can't really have one without the other.
Mm-mm.
You can have lots of money, but if you don't know how to manage your time properly, you can lose it very quickly. But also the same, if you schedule your time properly, that can also afford you an income by using
Exactly.
your time in the right ways, sort of thing. But as we kind of wrap up, are there any
Yeah.
nuggets of gold you'd like to impart our audience with?
Ooh. So for specifically, if you are attending the show in Tennessee, soak it all in. Bring a notebook, bring highlighters, pens, pencils, whatever you need to write down your thoughts. I am huge on journaling. I'm huge on writing down everything because I forget. So definitely do that. Soak everything in. Take as many classes as you can. And then for your audience overall, like, be more self aware. It's okay to not be okay and still be confident and go in the direction of your dreams. So that's what I have to say.
Wow. So what do you think about this? Has gone so fast. It's probably the shortest dialogue we've ever had.
Yeah.
And I just want to keep talking to you because it's just like that. So, but what do you think about attendees? What do you think about networking? And what do you think about
Oh,
meeting as many people as you can while you're
oh,
at an event?
I am all about it. Every show that I go to, whether I'm teaching or I'm not teaching, I always like to go to like all the classrooms or the booths and like grab their information, grab their flyers, their QR codes, find them like the head educator or the owner, take a picture with them because you never know how they're gonna come back into your life later on. Read about them, look at their website and their podcasts, and find out who they are because these shows go by very quickly. So you got to grab the information, go home, and then kind of play and see what it is at your own leisurely time. So definitely do that. Network, build connections out of your circle. I know a lot of us get stuck in our hometowns and our small kind of settings, but go beyond that. See where it is. If I didn't do that, I probably would not have met you, Brad. So
Exactly.
you get out there and you explore and discover, and you get to learn more about yourself too.
And that's a great way. I think the big thing too is creating those relationships and also the follow up. So, like you said, once you get all their information, scan their codes, do all
Yeah.
that, even if you're not maybe going to do business with them, I think it's still nice to reach out and say, hey, I really
Yeah.
appreciate you taking your time. Hey, I really loved your booth and
Yeah.
all the things you're about. It's still good to have that connection because you never know down the road when somebody's going to say, hey, do you know somebody, or we
Right.
need somebody, or something like, and you're like, hey, I was at the Smoky Mountain show, I met this educator, I went to this booth, things like that. And you never know what can come from things,
Right.
as I say, like, be open, be receptive, like you said, like, just immerse yourself in the experience and whatever
Yeah.
it may. I think learn to say yes more than say
Yes.
no. Like, oh, this class isn't for me. How do you know? Because maybe it's not something you do, but maybe it's something you might want to learn. Maybe it's somebody who has that business experience that you need. Maybe, like, for me to sit in an hour class, even if I get one nugget from that educator
It was
or
worth it.
from something that someone asked, it's worth
Mhm.
it for me, because
Totally.
chances are the questions that somebody else is asking is the things that you're thinking too. Or if you think I shouldn't ask any questions, I'm going to stay quiet. If you kind of ask a question, probably chances are somebody around you is thinking the same thing that doesn't want to say anything either.
Mhm.
And they say there's
Mhm.
no stupid questions, but as I say, like, the only chance is the one you didn't take. So
Exactly.
basically, if you believe in yourself, trust in yourself, kind of do that sort of thing, and you never know where you're going to find people. And speaking of finding you, so if people wanted to find you on social media, where can they find you?
They can go to thebeautyprocoach.com. They can head to my website. There I have my podcast, I have my programs, I have a little bit about me. You can also follow me on Instagram at the Beauty Pro Coach. I'm always on there. I'm always doing some kind of story, liking, networking on social. So definitely send me a message and say hi.
Yeah, exactly. And you have an exciting new launch that, so once they go and they find you on social media, they'll
Yeah.
find out what all the launch is about. We're not going to tell you because you have to
Mhm.
go and look her up. So I want to say thank you, Krystine, for being here. And so the 2024 Beauty Trade Show, the Great Smoky Mountains, show tickets and info can be found at hairlife.shop, and use the code SHOW24, so SHOW24, for a special discount. And this episode of the Hairstylist Empowerment Podcast 2024 Beauty Trade Show, the Great Smoky Mountains special edition, has been brought to you by Beauty Industry Cruises, powerful education and beautiful destinations. Check them out at www.beautyindustrycruises.com, or you can also see all of us at the Smoky Mountain Show. You can see Krystine on stage, and you can see me. I'll be there live. We'll be doing podcasting with the Hairstylist Empowerment Podcast. You can also come to the booth and check out everything that the Beauty Industry Cruises has to offer. So I want to say to everyone, remember to get up, dress up, show up wonderfully and powerfully, and we'll see you next time.